Hey YouTube, I'm gonna do a little video. I'm gonna call it "To Grade or Not to Grade," and these are some notes that I'm thinking about sending to PMG to get graded, and it'd be nice to have a little input, see what you guys think. And you know, obviously showing paper money, it's hard to show folds. It's hard to really get a good feel for paper money through a video. I understand that, but you know, if you want to throw some grades on the pieces I'm showing you, I'll do my best to show you all the aspects of it. You can obviously see the margins, and I'll say if there's any folds and everything, and try to show them if possible. And I'll give you my opinion on the grade. What you're looking at right here is a 1985 series $20 bill that is a radar note. And if you look at the serial number, it says 2349 and then 9432. And it's a standard series B block, and nothing too crazy about it except the serial number. And it's got a very minor fold down the middle. It's really hard to show in the video. But that fold would keep it, obviously, from mint state. But it would be, in my opinion, an AU58, AU55, AU58. And a radar on an old school 20 like this, you don't see tons of them. And, you know, people that do fancy serial numbers, a lot of us, we hold on to our stuff because there's not many of us, I've learned. But I'm into this note at about 30 bucks on a $20 bill. I got a real good deal on it, and I've had it a long time and always held off grading it because there are notes obviously better than it. But give me your opinion on it. If you think I should get it graded, then you know, next time I send some stuff in, it'll be in the package to get graded. Let me get the next note. Now, this one is pretty cool if you look at the serial number. This is a 1934 B $20 bill. It has the light green seal on it, and obviously it's been circulated, but that serial number is pretty cool. You don't see, I've never seen another 34 with 7 of the same number, and it is high numbers too. It's 8s and 7s. It's not like we're looking at, you know, 2s and 3s here, and I think that also adds to the cool factor of it. The note itself is circulated. It's got folds all over it. It's almost like it was wadded up at some time. It would grade in my book fine. You know, somebody might be generous. There's no rips, there's no pinholes, nothing like that. But you know, Jackson's face is a little crinkled, and that fold in the middle is pretty heavy. I think it would be a fine 12 is the grade I'd get on it. That's just my opinion. A VG would be kind of disappointing with it because it honestly still has some crispness to it as well. Next, I have a national here, and it is the it's Seward or Seward. I think it's Seward. National Bank and Trust Company of New York, and obviously this is a New York banknote. It's in great shape. Really, it does have some folds. It was circulated. It's got really cool signatures on it. Okay, they do look, it does look like it's hand signed at that. Flip it over. On the back, you can see a little staining right here, and there's a fold right there in the middle. But really high eye appealing note. I think it's a strong, very fine. Myself, probably around a VF30. somewhere through there, maybe higher. A lot of these nationals, I usually they come back and they're a higher grade than I assumed. But I have a note that I can compare this to, and it's a 40, and this one I think is slightly below that at a 30. But let me know what you think. The next one right here is Federal Reserve note. Okay, it is from the New York Bureau. And the reason I haven't sent this off before, because it is uncirculated. It is a mint state note. The margins, if you look at the top and bottom margin, okay, they are a little uneven, which that they would deduct. I think it's an MS63 myself. It is embossed very well, as a lot of these Federal Reserve notes are from the series. Okay, this is how it's glaring. It looks like there's a fold there, but there's not. It's really crispy too, and the margins on the back, the top and bottom yet again are a little different. But all in all, this is a really nice note. Okay, here is the 1880 Woodchopper. And it is circulated like most of them are. It's evenly circulated. The top of it has a little staining on it, as does the rest of the note. You can see up top there. I don't think it's mold. I just think it's a little stain. There's a rough corner fold. And there's actually a small pinhole right through here somewhere when you hold it up to the light. Here's the back. In the back you can see the folds a little bit more. Pinhole is right through there where it's heavily folded. There's another fold right here. But I think this note is a fine 15 to a VF20, roughly myself. I will probably be sending this in just because I want to have the entire Woodchopper series eventually all graded in my collection. I already have the 69 and the 1907. And this is the 1880. And these things in mint state are very, very hard to find. And harder to find than others. And the one with this particular seal on it is in mint state is really, really tough. But let me know what you think on this. It's a pretty interesting note. You don't see a lot of the 1880s. Okay, here is a standard 1923 horse blanket. Nothing fancy about it. It's circulated, crappy margins on it. It looks like a lot of them that you find on the internet for sale, except on the back. I don't know if you can exactly read that. It says compliments, and then it says Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey, if you don't know anything about him, he was the world heavyweight boxing champion in the mid to late 20s. And I actually bought this note from a man that I am in cahoots with just trading notes, and he's got all sorts of cool stuff. And we did a little dickering, and I ended up getting this note off of him. I think it actually meant quite a bit to him, but he did give it up. He still talks about it to this day. But it's a really cool piece, and Jack Dempsey's signature is not like really valuable, because I once heard somebody that knew Jack said he signed everything. And I would just like it in my collection. I'm never going to get rid of it or anything. I would just like it kind of saved a little bit. When you get them graded, you don't have to worry about it getting damaged or anything like that. Granted, I don't get this out and show it very often, but if it was graded, I guess I could. And, you know, we could go over the history of Jack Dempsey a little bit. But I love boxing. Really neat note, though. The very last note is your standard horse blanket. And this one's in kind of a unique holder, little flip over right there, so that's why the top looks like it does. But this is uncirculated, good margins on it. There's a little mark down there in the corner. You can see they would look at that, take away on that. But it's probably an MS 62 or 63. But pretty neat note. I'll show you the back. There you go. They've got a really pretty back on them. So, look at the threads in this thing. Really nice. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave your comments. Let me know if you think any of these are worth sending off, or any that you'd like to see sent off at that. I like to normally send 5 to 10 notes at a time, just because of cost, and then you know, usually you can't get more than about 5 good ones that are worth sending off at a time either. And pickings are slim right here and where I live at the moment, so if I come up with something else that's worth getting sent off, I'll make another video like this and go through it again. So have a good night.